which that's an interesting phenomenon of recently. I'm not judging people for it, which is a polite way of saying I guess I judge people for it. But isn't it weird when some people are their diagnosis is in their social media bio, like their identity is centered around like I am ADHD person, I am BPD person, I am bipolar person, I am.
Yeah. I mean, it is, and I get it, and it's. I mean, I think that if we can, I think one of the nice things about labels is they're not great to put on other people, but if you can give people shorthand for who you are, there's something kind of nice about that.
Yeah.
You know?
And maybe it works for them in the other way. It's like a horrible hell if it's just like, well, what do you want me to be? It's like, I should just play harp and that's my bio. Like, what is a bio even? So whether it's anything, whether your gender is your bio or your job or your neurodivergence or something. But I just see it as, couldn't it have the pitfall of a trap of that you could then never escape that? Then
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yes. It's probably because once you start rewarding your brain for anything, whether that's being the happiest person in the world or the saddest person in the world or the craziest person in the world, if something in your subconscious is like, oh, I'm getting a reward when this behavior happens, it's going to reinforce that behavior, and now you're stuck.
That's the Jaco Pastorius tragic story. I mean, the two bass players I bring up the most on this show, which this isn't even a bass podcast, but if an AI looked at this podcast, they might be like, we're going to put the bass label on this too. But Jaco Pastorius was bipolar back when it was called manic depression, and he was outrageous. Like every day he had a new crazy story of something he did, and people would come to expect it from him. So where he just always felt like he had to deliver on the like wackiness, otherwise he wouldn't be his true self. And then that eventually led to his death, because you can't keep it up forever. You can't be wacky every day.
I know. I had to have like a real reckoning with myself years ago, and I'm still pretty adventurous by average like Bob in the Office standards, but I am a way toned
Morning,
down
Shane.
version
Had a
of
good weekend?
Did I? I can't even tell you about it, Bob. That's how good it was.
Oh, that's great to hear. Wife doing good? Well, my wife and I went and saw that new X-Men, whatever it's called, movie, Multi-Madness. A little bit too wild for me, but kids sure like it.
I fucking hate Bob.
What's that about? I didn't hear you.